Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live back here at the Modern Day Marine Expo in Quantico, Virginia. And folks, I got somebody very special sitting next to me right now. He's no stranger to the VetsOnMedia network. He's actually one of the business development directors for VetsOnMedia. Not only that, folks, this guy wears many hats. He is the owner of Reality Realty here in the Virginia, D.C. area. Mr. Sam Cachola. Sam, how are you?
Adam, how are you doing? This is an amazing day at the Expo, brother.
I'm loving this, man. I'm loving it. Are you having a good time?
It's amazing. I've done this 3 years in a row. The ability to reach heroes and impact lives is amazing. I mean, actually right now we've got two ROTC guys in front of us. We've got ROTC, we've got young Marines, we've got current Marines, we've got vets. Just an amazing platform to meet, greet, educate, empower, and let them know that we're here to support on all levels.
Awesome. So, Sammy, I've known you for what, about a little over a year now.
About 2 years, actually.
And we've done some shows out in the Dallas area. We were at the NCAA Final Four.
Yep.
So you're no stranger to the VetsOnMedia network. For the listeners out there that are listening to this, you're here with your own company,
Yep.
Reality Realty. Tell us about that.
It's Reality Realty is something I started a while back after working for Keller Williams. I actually owned a RE/MAX, but I felt what was missing was, reality-based decision-making in such a large purchase. Everybody gets enamored with buying a home being the American dream, but when it's not done right, it really impacts your family's readiness. And what pulled me into it, living in a very transient area here at Quantico, Virginia, was that guys couldn't get on with their careers, they couldn't get on with their lives, and people were selling their houses, but they really weren't doing anything to help them get out when it became a problem. But then I thought to myself, it's really up to the guy purchasing, right? That hero, that veteran, to make a solid decision, and that I thought real estate agents need to take on more of an advisory role.
Right.
We want them to make a good decision, and when you just look at it from a business perspective, if you sell a guy a house and he can't get on with his life, he's not going to be able to sell a house on the back end, and it has these ramifications. It starts affecting what schools the kids can go to. Does their wife have to work? Can he stay in the Marine Corps? Can he stay in service? And we wanted to get away from that just purchase mentality and help them define their goals and keep it reality-based, like what makes sense for their life. And that's what we did.
So you educate.
Actually, the whole mantra of the company is we evaluate, educate, and empower.
Okay. Now, Sammy, I'm looking at some. You got these little pamphlets and stuff that you're handing out to.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about Reality Check.
Well, that was the coming from a military background, which we all can relate to, right? Everything has a checklist. And I take a page book from the insurance companies where if you go and get insurance, they base that on the demographics and the data they have based on your age, your location, what you're trying to do. So I thought to myself, I need to bring that to real estate. That reality check is a very thorough life-based analysis, financial-based analysis, but it's also a needs and goals assessment. And we take those three platforms and we walk a customer through what buying a house, the impact that buying a house will have on those three areas. And I just called it the reality check because it made sense. You get so wrapped up in media, you get so wrapped up in marketing that you forget the basics. I'm also a Dave Ramsey certified financial counselor. So I took that counselor role, that advocate role, and I've kind of blended it with those data points to put together the reality check process to help folks make a better decision. But here's the key, Adam. Way we tackle real estate in that reality check process is we actually are looking for a no.
Okay.
If it doesn't make sense to buy a house, we're going to walk away. We're not walking them down the yellow brick road of it's so wonderful to buy a house and this is how it works. We're actually taking them down a different road, which is, does buying or selling that home make financial sense, rooted in their clearly defined goals?
And Sammy, you bring up a great point. I was just going to ask you, how many times have you had to walk away from somebody saying, hey, listen, this isn't the right thing for you right now? Because, and let's be honest, sales is a big thing. I don't care what kind of sales you're in, but if you're selling a house, that's a lot of money right there.
Absolutely.
And you might have a family and stuff to feed. So if you're walking away, what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're doing the right thing. You're watching it. You're taking care of the potential customer or that customer.
Absolutely. And the irony is this: when you do the right thing, it comes back tenfold. So when you're dealing with a client and you're pure of heart, and it works out to be a no, it's the best no you're ever going to get, because you did the right thing, number one. But number two, that client, what I've found time and time again, is they become a mouthpiece for our organization. Because yes, we're full service, but we serve the hero community.
Okay.
So it's law enforcement, it's a lot of veterans, it's retirees, it's reservists, nurses, teachers, doctors, EMTs, like that blue collar worker that just gets out there and makes our way of life, it enables that. So when we tell them no, they're not used to it, number one, but that solidifies a relationship based on trust. And so we no longer have to go reach people. They go out there and they become advocates for us, because they know if they recommend someone to us, we're going to put them through that reality check process, and we're going to do what's right, not sell. And actually, I coined a term called Caremenship vice Salesmanship.
I just wanted to ask you about that. So can you elaborate on that for us,
I can,
please?
because it was hard to teach. I wanted to transcend the sales piece. It was hard to teach that philosophy to a sales force, because what are they trained to do?
Right.
Sell.
Yeah.
Sell. So I wanted to train them to care. And not that they didn't care before, but in that care, it was the focus. It was that detailed analysis of the reality check, and empower them to say no. They get more accolades and more recognition from me for saying no and doing the right thing than for putting a lot of numbers up on the board. And, it's kind of the old service adage, reward the behavior you want to see. And Caremenship vice Salesmanship, that was the platform that I was able to really hammer that message home for them, because we wanted to take it out of the numbers sense. We didn't want to reward sales. We wanted to reward due diligence, caring, professionalism, expertise. So that's how Caremenship was born.
Sam, your company is the best one out here in these parts. I mean, actually, one of the best ones in the country.
It really is. And we're proud of that.
And you've won some awards. Your company has won some awards. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We did. We joined forces with Homes for Heroes about 5 years ago. So it's Reality Realty Virginia Heroes.
Okay.
Focusing on that hero population. Since we came on board with the Homes for Heroes family, we have been literally the number one Homes for Heroes franchise in Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. Right now, we're number 2 in the nation.
Nice.
But for our first 3 years, we were number 1 in the nation. And I only have 8 people working for me. And we're going up against some pretty big brokerage franchises. And I got to tell you, the difference is that reality check process, the Caremenship by salesmanship, and it keeps us in that consistent number 1 spot. The other thing we're very proud of locally is we won the 2013 Military Friendly Business of the Year award from our local chamber in Northern Virginia. It was huge. I mean, we had senators there, we had congressmen there, and it was kind of crazy, former gunny getting up in front of a couple thousand people, business owners in the region, and just kind of telling them how blessed we were and thankful we could, reach so many people and make a difference in their lives. We then won the Entrepreneur of the Year award, which, based on the reality check piece and the Caremenship piece, and for me that was really probably the biggest victory.
Yeah.
To be able to articulate the philosophy, duplicate it, get it out to folks that aren't just customers, but compete for this entrepreneurship award. And we didn't create a widget. I refined a philosophy and a process that, frankly, anyone can do. Okay. It's just a matter of doing the right thing, and sadly, not everyone's willing to do that.
Sam, listen, I can't thank you enough. I love talking to you, and I'm sure you and I could sit here all day and talk till the cows come home. But I know you got your booth that you got to be at, and you got some team here, and this place is just jam-packed with people. I can't thank you enough. But before I let you go, for the listeners that are getting ready to PCS and move back into this area, how can they reach out to you? How can they get a hold of you? They're looking to buy a house. How do they call you?
Listen, it's so easy. VirginiaHeroes.com, VirginiaHeroes.com, and actually 877 VA Heroes will get us too. The best email would be broker@realityrealtypros.com. That's broker, BROKER, at realityrealtypros.com. But frankly, you could just Google Homes for Heroes Virginia, but Virginia Heroes is the best way to get to us. And Adam, I just want to say thank you, because I think just what you're doing on a global scale is what I've tried to do on a local scale, and that is reach veterans and make a difference in their lives. And this is just an amazing platform for guys like myself to come in on the VetsOnMedia backbone and really reach more people and do the right thing. One of the things I'm most proud about is the fact that we do employ a lot of either military spouses or retirees, and life post-service. What we're doing post-service is the most important thing, and VetsOnMedia is allowing that to happen, and I'm thrilled to be a part of the VetsOnMedia family.